In accordance with the Open Public Meeting Act of the State of New Jersey, adequate notice of this Wednesday, October 8th, 2025 meeting of the Franklin Township Trails Advisory Committee was posted on the Township's website and electronically transmitted to the officially designated newspapers, indicating that this meeting would take place at the Municipal Building on October 8th at 7 p.m. Next item is roll call.
All right, Vanessa Jones.
Here.
Anne Marie Arleski is absent. Chris Vergonda. Jim Poligowski.
Here.
Pravesh Lal.
Here.
Patrick Murray.
Here.
Jignasha Patel. Okay. Robert Kovacs.
Here.
Council member Alex Karazi. Here. Did I miss anybody? No? Okay. All right.
Next item on our agenda is the approval of our September minutes. Have a motion?
Second.
Anything to discuss?
I didn't have access to the recording for the last meeting, but if we're moving to approve, then.
Yeah, I thought they were good. Yeah.
All in favor? Aye. Hearing no abstentions or nays. Motion carries. Next item on our agenda is public comment. Can I have a motion?
Pravesh?
Okay.
He's Mary Lauco, 5 Norfolk Road. I represent myself as well as the Shade Tree Commission. I'm also in open space, as Tara mentioned. I have a question regarding a topic that came up at open space a couple of months ago. I don't remember all the details, but it involved a trail, a walking trail, from one of the parks in somewhere in Ward 4, I believe. Maybe from Naaman Williams. Was that part of that project? Okay, and I think Open Space approved the proposal to develop that walking trail. It would go along streets mostly, I think.
Oh, that was the micromobility study.
Micromobility,
Yes, but
okay.
that is through this committee. You're correct. Yeah.
So I've been knocking around the idea around shade tree folks. And also we have a project that we propose and got great reception from Open Space about reforesting Catalpa Park in Ward 5 with the idea of
Castleton Park.
So that for quality of air improvement and in general there was this health advisory study. I don't remember the specific name, but the township had this health study and it specifically recommended adding trees in wards 4 and 5 for the benefit of the residents. So we were thinking that this trail, I think, is going to go along streets with added signage, I believe, that's connecting some other part of the town, which I don't remember. But we're thinking if people are going to be walking there, sun's beating down on them, how about if we provide shade and we put shade trees along the way? And I think we have plenty of funds in the Shade Tree Trust Fund to provide trees. We can contract out to people to do the work if DPW is not available. And so if, here to get approval, but it's just an idea to consider, and I'd like to get information from you about where this is, what it is, and then we can maybe scope out to see if there's actually room in the sidewalks to add trees, because we don't know. It just occurred to me when I saw that presentation. So that's it.
I'm going to pull up a map for you to show you where it is, but I think that's a great idea, and it's like another example of how all these plans are now building off of each other, which is great. We have the local health assessment informing the community energy plan, informing this micromobility study, and now I think that's a great idea. So I'm gonna show you, this is the micromobility study. It is on our website, and I'll show you where it is, but I can also email you the link, Mary. Don't worry about it, I can email you it. Let's see here. So let me get a good picture of where we're coming from. I think these are too close up, it's probably here. Okay, let's see. Bear with me for 1 second here. I'm trying to see if the route is on here, just bear with me. I want to show you the right one. I did, it's over here. It's here from Naaman Williams, and it basically goes through these streets, past the youth center, in between the two schools, over to the Township building. Let me see if I can get a larger view of it. Oh, here, it's on. Let's go to this map and see if it'll show it. It does include striping, signage, bike racks. I'm just looking for a good, okay. Let's see if I can find it. It's here, but it basically is very small, so.
Well, then it goes to youth
Map
center, right?
A3, yeah, let me find map A3. Here, although it would be weird that it would be, hold on, you know what, I think I don't have all the hold on, okay, here we go. Let's get all the appendices. So yeah, so this is on our website, but I'll send you the link, like I said. This is map 2. Map 3. All right, this is a portion of it. We want to see, okay, this shows you the whole thing. So, let me see if I can blow it up. Okay, so I'm not going to blow it up anymore, only because, but basically it starts at Naaman Williams Park, right? And it goes through, what street is this? Pershing and Chester. It kind of like goes through here. As you can see, it comes up by the youth. Here's the youth center. Then it kind of follows through. It goes in between Hillcrest Elementary and Franklin Middle School. So that's one part of it. And then, let's see. These maps, the way that they are, it's kind of out of order. But
That's the other side, that's New Brunswick Road.
yeah, that's the other side. I'm trying to look for the. What I showed you is kind of the baseline, starting over at Naaman Williams Park. I'll just put on a bigger map for
It
you.
looked like 2 paths, kind of like 2
It did, yeah. It's 2 options basically, but when we looked at it, we want to definitely go past the youth center. That is important. This is really the best map I'm going to show you right now, but the idea is, oh, match line to A2. Okay, I have to go up 1, that's why. Okay, so as you're coming through, the good thing is, so we did a lot of work at Naaman Williams Park in terms of the green infrastructure and making sure that that path is functional, which it basically now is. We want to go past the youth center. That's where we have ideas for putting the bike racks in and the bike shared. We want to extend the curb there in some places, repair some portions of the sidewalk, and we're basically really trying to figure this out. So this is a concept plan at this point. But once you get past here, once you get past Hillcrest and Franklin Middle School, you go up for some reason. Okay, too far. So basically here is where that line matched up. Then you can basically keep coming. Over here is where they have this big idea for a bike boulevard, and that's like a big project, which is like really doing a lot of road realignment and putting a roundabout in, which is still a great idea. The ultimate goal is you end up basically cutting through Inman Park and attaching on to the existing JFK Boulevard, and then you keep following that over to DeMont Lane. And so we're matched up here now. So you're going to keep following this all the way to the existing path at DeMont Lane, which you then can get to Middle Bush Park or the complex, or even you can come down here and get to Sampson G. Smith School. So the plan is on our website. I'm going to send you the link, but on top of the map, what I just showed you, every map, so this is map A1. We're looking at this section of town right now from here to Sampson B. Smith School, basically. Underneath it, there's a table of recommendations, and it really shows like what we need to do. Some are very simple fixes, some are very extensive. But I love the idea of working with Shade Tree to put the trees along some portions of it even. I think that's great.
Even to just get started on something.
Yeah.
So I think what we need to be careful about is the order in which the work gets done. Because, like, if there's going to be work done to the curbs and the sidewalks, we don't want to hurry up and put trees there and then they get damaged.
I get it. Yeah.
So it's important to coordinate and.
For sure, yeah, I love it. I think what I would recommend, oh yeah.
When do you think that this can be completed? Do we have
Well,
at least part of the thing done, or?
No, we don't have part of it done, but we do have, it also aligns with our Pathways and Trails plan, which we just adopted. There's some parts that are super expensive. There's some that we can do with striping. So I mean, it's definitely something we have to work on in phases, and it's kind of going to be determined by funding for sure. But the good thing I think is we have enough things in place now between our Pathways plan, our health plan, the micromobility study to be able to get, I think, some grant funding for it. So, and Shade Tree, like they're saying, they have money for the trees, which is great. But I think, Mary, I think the good thing would be maybe, I don't know what the best order would be, but maybe we should look at it and figure out like a place to start and we'll coordinate it, and then you on your end can work on that with Shade Tree Commission. So maybe we start off with like a striping project that doesn't involve construction. This way we can get some trees in at the same time.
Right.
It doesn't have to be like we have to start at the beginning and end point. We might have to start in the middle to like kind of get it going, or maybe we want to start where we can already link with something. You know what I mean? But maybe I'll put that on the agenda for next meeting. So
Who's lead in this project? Or is there any lead, or is it like a
It's us.
combination of
yeah.
different?
Well, it's us. So for the micromobility study, that's what we're getting the NJAC
Right.
award for. That and the community energy plan, they're kind of like sister plans.
Right.
So it's the Trails Committee and the Environmental Commission. But for this, it would be the Trails Committee. And then if Shade Tree wants to help us out, then I think we're willing to take their lead on like when the trees should be planted and what types of trees. Like we would follow your
Yeah, and
supervision on that. Yeah.
Mr. Vesnella,
Yeah.
Councilman Vesnella is very interested in adding trees in wards 4 and 5.
Yeah.
I think Ward 4 is not his ward, but he
Yeah.
can work with Mr. Wright.
Okay.
He's
Yeah.
optimistic about that, so.
All right, well, maybe we start over there by naming
We're
then.
glad to go out and like walk the area with you and just coordinate.
Okay. So maybe what we'll do then for our next agenda, I'll put it on as an agenda item and we can look over in the area of Navin Williams Park wards 4 and 5 to start. We can come up with like, hey, we think this is a feasible project we can work on now. And DPW, that's who else we need their help with. And then we can coordinate.
Just my personal perspective, I was
Yeah.
thinking, if you want the kids to go to that community center, try to make it as friendly as possible.
I agree with you. No, I think that's great. I think it's great.
I see you have to concentrate around that area because the rest of that area, down Berger and Magnolia over across JFK and Magnolia, is pretty well has a pretty decent canopy along the street already.
Yeah, I think we want to look at the heat island effect, like where.
Right, exactly. Staying closer over there.
Yeah.
Makes a lot of sense to look around at different things that you can do there.
Yeah, I remember like doing that route. I don't remember the tree canopy. I wasn't paying attention. I want to go
Imagine
there.
yourself going out in July and taking a walk.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, no, and it makes it look, yeah, it works the tree canopy. And, we actually applied for a grant through one of the federal agencies, through NOAA, through the National Oceanic, yeah. We applied, we didn't get it, but we applied for them to do a heat island management program where they would provide us like the, not like thermometers, but like the handheld, and you monitor every month what the temperature is, and then as you plant trees, you continue seeing it. So that would be something maybe we could think, or maybe Shade Tree would be interested. Maybe Shade Tree has a better chance of applying for it if they're doing a project like that, because there is money out there for that.
It's something definitely that we want to discuss further with.
Yeah, this committee is always happy to work with other committees. They really are. I mean, like for the micromobility study really came out of an idea from working with Chris, because he's on a transportation management agency, but really from hearing about the community energy plan, which was like, so really we're kind of backing into everything, and you're like seeing everything. So that's so it's good. It's really good. Yeah, I love it. So that's all right with you if we put it on for next agenda? Okay. And then we can then coordinate with you, and then maybe we might even have to have like a kind of like an ad hoc committee that is of both, so that we can like get it going. But yeah, I think if we start somewhere, then that's great. Yeah.
Do you have do you guys choose from a set of trees and species that you want to plant depending on?
Yes, we just last year, 2024, I think, Hamilton Street was planted, so that was a contract through us.
Okay.
And so we chose trees that are suitable for sidewalks for that project. In addition, on the website, we have a list of trees that we recommend to the township residents. So those are trees that do well in this area. Native trees.
Would they be native?
Native, yeah.
They're not all native because nurseries sell non-native things also. So we definitely took off anything that could be invasive, that could be a problem. And we have the native trees labeled. So when you look at the list, you can see which ones are native.
That list has been really helpful. We use it for the Environmental Commission when we do site plan review. We refer like any of the trees that have to be planted as replacement trees. We always refer to that list. So that's been a big help.
And we're trying to come up with a list of shrubs. That's my next baby.
Yeah.
Sure. Shrubs are right.
Was there anything else that you had wanted to bring up?
No, this is a big one.
Okay, great. Yeah, thanks for
Thank
coming.
you. I think that's a great idea.
Collaborating.
Yeah.
Stick around and see, but maybe not the whole time.
Great. We have a motion to close public comment. Second. All in favor? All right. All right, next item is our site plan review.
No site plan review. We're still in the process of reviewing at the Environmental Commission. The last things we reviewed were, sorry, let me just get this up here again. The last things we reviewed at the Environmental Commission, which just met on Monday, is really again just like office development. A request for reconsideration from a project that was denied, so nothing that is relation to here.
Moving on to new business, we have the Environmental Achievement Award for Franklin Township's Community Energy.
So I think I emailed everyone about this, but ANJAC, so the Association of New Jersey Environmental Commissions, is giving Franklin Township an award for environmental achievement for our community energy plan and our micromobility study together, which is great. So the award's being presented on this Friday at their annual environmental congress, and Councilman Karasi is going to accept the award on behalf of the Trails Advisory Committee, and the chair of the Environmental Commission will be with him to also kind of accept it on behalf of the Environmental Commission. So that's really good because it basically shows that our work is being recognized for environmental achievement, for basically doing something that's not like strictly always viewed as environmental, like a micromobility study, which is great. The other really good thing I found out after the fact is that Ted Chase from our Open Space Committee and former councilman, he's also getting basically their Lifetime Achievement Award there. So it's going to be a lot of awards for Franklin, which is great. So.
Good.
Yes. So Councilman Karasi is going to accept it on our behalf, and then you can talk about, our work and everything, which will be great. Yeah.
And I just want to note that, if my recollection is correct, when the micromobility study came up, it was, partially, Chris had kind of educated us on some pieces when we were talking about e-bikes and things like that we might want on our paths. And Tara, we had the Sustainable Jersey grant for the work we were doing in Eamon Williams Park. The green infrastructure, ideally, long-term plan is putting a path through the wooded section of that trail there. And there was part of the grant was money to have somebody do a planning piece that you were
Yes.
able to do on your
Oh,
own?
yes. Part of the money, so the money, the $10,000 was to write the community, to hire a consultant to do the energy plan. And then I was like, well, I can do this because I'm a planner, so I should just do it. And then we used the money for the micromobility study, which I couldn't
I
do.
just want to acknowledge Tara for that. Like, it was
Of course.
Tara's willingness to kind of take on that work
Yeah.
that then had this extra pot of money that we were able to use to have the experts come in and do the
Yes.
micromobility study that's giving us this information. So thank you, Tara.
Thank you. Yes, we needed
Thank you,
that.
Chris.
Thank
That's
you.
kind of-
Thank you. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, that was really a team effort. That really came out of like the birth. That was like that's what, like, when Mary comes to this meeting, that's why it makes me so excited, because it's like you are reading all of the documents, and like as a planner, sometimes I'm like, I don't think many people read all the documents. So yeah, it's really all coming together. I love it. I think it's great. So we will share pictures and whatnot, and I think it'll be really good.
Yeah, nice. Okay, and next item is updates on Catalpa Park.
You want to kind of discuss what happened at open space, and I'll pull up all the plans, I guess.
Yes, jump in.
Yeah.
I might be missing. Time has passed since we initially had gotten the quotes for the different phases of Catalpa Park, right? So there was a lot of roadblocks in the way. So things had gotten, we had gotten quotes for the different possibilities for the park. Now, because of the delays, the cost has increased. And so the Open Space Committee was now looking at the current costs, and we had a presentation on some new options for us that included these updated costs. And basically, and one of the things that kept coming up in the conversation is the permits, right? So there's like the permits. So as we consider the different options, we also want to consider the fact that, let's say if we decided, you know what, we're not going to do, we're going to do X but not Y and Z. We can't necessarily do Y and Z later easily because we've lost the permitting. Am I saying that correctly?
Correct, yes.
So it was just kind of like, okay, so if we're saying no, saying maybe later is not as easy as it might appear to be, because the process of the permitting that took so long for us to get at this point, that might happen again, or even the cost of the permitting. So Open Space was really trying to look at these different options and take into account what they are.
Right, correct, yeah, so there's 4 options now. Like Vanessa said, with the permitting is really a sticking point. So in options, I want to say 2 and 4, we lose the permitting, which means that it's going to be a cheaper option right now. But right now, our permitting is good, I believe they said through next year, right? So
Yeah.
if we can get these built under the existing permit, it's going to save us a lot of time. For example, getting the permit approved at DEP took almost 4 years. Also, it costs so much money because we had to do threatened and endangered species studies, surveys, soil sampling, all types of engineering work, wetlands. So it's a lot. So there's 4 options now. This is the general layout up here of the park. This is like, if you want to go, this is like the full boat. So option 1, full boat. Okay, and then we'll go through the options and show you kind of what the differences are.
This is, so this is South Little Bush Road over here, and this is Old Fleet. And this is where the cricket fields would go. Currently, it was open field where, things have grown up, but it's pretty much, there's not trees.
Mm-hmm.
There's not intentional trees in this space. And so then you have, this is the current, where the driveway is that goes to Old Fleet. It's coming down. And kind of continuing down through this area. Now, this has everything in it.
This is everything. This is if we do everything, yep.
So we have parking space. We have, where's the children's playground?
In here.
Oh, so, okay, then this option, okay.
Yep,
So this is parking.
That's parking.
That's parking
and
and
this
bathrooms.
is parking, yep.
Parking and bathrooms.
Yep.
parking and bathrooms, is that the garden?
Community garden.
Community
Yep.
garden, basketball, tennis, and pickleball.
Yes, 8 pickleball courts, which just so you know from our recreation needs assessment, 8 is like apparently not even going to like make a dent in what we need for pickleball, but it's a good start.
So, and I don't have the numbers memorized.
I have the numbers if you want to move on to the next part. The one thing I wanted to point, you want to point out the trail part before we go to the numbers or?
Okay, I just want the number, the cost of this
Oh.
whole plan, to have everything.
Option 1, cost $9.5 million.
And originally, it was
We
it like?
thought it was gonna be, I wanna say 6 something. Yeah, so it went way up. Yep.
Any particular or a specific, like, point of this, like, where did it go up or did it go up overall, the whole?
My understanding is it went up overall because of the cost of materials. While we were waiting on these permits to come in, it took 4 years, and 4 years, as you know, a lot happened, and the cost of materials went like sky high, basically. So.
Yeah, but we're gonna show the 4 options, but we'll tell you the cost of each option.
Yep.
So this is the 9 million?
This is $9 million. This also. Have it. This also includes one big cost, just so you know, is pervious pavement. So pervious pavement is proposed, that's a mouthful, pervious pavement is proposed for all the parking areas as well as the driveway. So pervious pavement's a lot more expensive, but it's something as a township we try to do for stormwater management. So, try to do that.
So, and as far as like the trail is concerned, there's a trail like around this area, right?
Yeah.
This does not go into where the trail would go into the existing trail. Like it doesn't like go into our current brown trail at Catawba Park. So that's one of the things. So it would kind of shoot off at one point and then come back. I wasn't able to get my bearings on this just yet, as far as like where is the treehouse, and that piece. Where is the golf course? So so this does not. We would still be involved in figuring out how is this connecting to the current brown trail.
Right.
But we know that even at the end of the road right here, right? Like this. This had been the brown trail kind of going and then straight and over.
Correct, yeah. This one thing that's nice too, just to point out, is that, all of them I think are gonna have this. Where when you're on the trail, I think it's the brown trail, and a lot of people accidentally go to the farmer's house. Is that the brown trail?
That's the brown trail.
Yes, so right now there's just a gate there and it says like, do not trespass. People still go straight through that. There's going to be an actual 6 foot tall automated gate with like a keypad on it that the DPW can access and the farmer can access. So that's going to stop that interference with that property, because that has been a big problem. So just so you know.
Farmer is still on property.
I'm sorry?
Farmer is still on property.
He originally actually owned all the property and he sold this
his
part of
wife,
it
right?
for us. Yes.
His wife is actually the.
Yeah, so this part they
It's
sold
her
to the
legacy.
township, and they still have their home there. On the other part that they did not sell to the township. Yep.
So the driveway is going where the brown trail is right now.
Well, the brown trail is just to the side of the driveway currently.
Yeah, and then it curves.
Right, where it shoots over.
Yeah, and then goes down.
Right.
That's not, so basically, the brown trail will now start in the parking lot someplace and then go south.
Yeah.
I mean, that part's fine,
Yeah.
but there's nothing about the brown trail improvements in this plan.
Correct, right. No. Now that is something that we would be involved in moving further down the road. This is really just to show you like, hey, here's the updated plans. Open Space Advisory is going to make a decision next month on what their recommendation to council is. Now, council will have the final say, obviously, but I figured it would be good for trails to have some input, so we can look at the options. What you're looking at, like we said, is this is everything, and then we can go through and kind of whittle through.
Yeah, and but right now, Patrick's, I think there'll be like a walking path. There's this idea of a walking path that we would want to then continue into our trail.
Yeah.
Continue somewhere from that children's playground area.
Right.
Yeah.
And that path is going to be ADA compliant, so that'll be a handicapped accessible material that's on the walking path, yeah.
Okay.
Yep. That's
Next
it.
one?
Yeah, so all I have, now that's what Darren is our engineer. So these plans are so huge that like to load them up on the computer, he really has to use CAD for the other ones, which I am not proficient in CAD. So we looked at the full plan and we can go through the
we don't have
Word.
the images of
No, because he like
Ah.
has them as a live like image with different layers in them, and like
Okay.
we can't get it, like they're not
Okay,
they're,
it's
they're
like
not
a
stagnant.
screenshot,
Yeah,
okay.
he's gonna present those at the next meeting again, like he did last time.
Yeah.
He'll be there, but we can go
We
through
can
and at
talk
least talk
through it.
about. So the first one, like we said,
Oh.
9.5 million, everything we talked about, right?
When did you get that estimate?
We just got it at the last open space meeting, so I think it's only maybe a month or two old.
Latest pretty-
Yep.
Where are the restrooms in that first one?
Let me close this so we don't have all this stuff up. Where's the file? Hang on, gotta find it. There is so much stuff up here. Okay, give me 1 second. Nope. Huh, where the heck did it go? All right, sorry guys, bear with me. Here it is.
But the restrooms
Fair.
are in the parking lots.
Yes.
So you have restrooms over
Okay, I'll
here,
go.
and you have restrooms over, somewhere and over here.
Yes, in that, around in that parking area, there will be, I think in between like where the kids, like where that U-shaped thing is, in between there. There will be restrooms, that is something that the township also, that increased the price too as well, because to have full service restrooms there, which you really need for a park of this like type, there's a lot of, we need to like basically pump water out there from the connection line. There needs to be I believe a holding tank somewhere. So that increased it. On top of it, the wetlands delineation got moved a little north, meaning that some, like the basketball courts, for example, we had to have our engineering company move them down slightly so that they were out of the wetlands buffer. So just some minor changes there. So option one, like we said, everything 9.5 million. Option two is basically, we keep the cricket fields, we keep the pavilion and the picnic tables and the restroom are near the cricket field, the community garden, the parking lot, we have stream culvert. So basically it's the cricket field, the bathrooms, and that would include keeping the pervious pavement. It would be getting rid of everything else. So option two is 5.7 million. You lose the basketball courts, the playgrounds, the benches, the basketball courts, the bocce ball courts, the cornhole, the tennis, the pickleball, the fitness area. You basically lose everything except for, I'm gonna tell you here. So basically, it's everything from here over. So this
Tara?
parking.
These are the maps.
Oh, they're left here. Okay, all right. So there you
Not that
go.
you can see this super well, but this is option two.
This is option two. So yeah, like
I was
basically
using it as a pointer.
what I'm showing here on the screen and shows on the map is everything from that. This is which is on that screen up there next to the parking. It's everything basically from here out, except also the community garden, but you lose everything else. So no basketball, no bocce ball, no pickleball, no tennis. Basically all the active recommendation. It drops it down to 5.7 million. Okay?
Two giant parking lots in the woods.
Right. Then we got option three, which is even cheaper.
Okay, the garden's still there.
The garden.
And you're still crossing the culvert.
Yes.
Okay.
Option three keeps in the cricket field, the community garden, the parking lot, and the restroom. And it takes out the pervious pavement. Now, this gives you an example of how much the green infrastructure items are. That drops it down to 3.9 million. So it's basically the same plan as option two, except we now lose the pervious pavement, and we're down to 3.9 million. So see, it's basically very,
This, just to reiterate, I want to make sure I understood you correctly. Options 3 and options 4 basically require re-permitting.
yes,
Which will,
correct.
knowing the massive proficiency of the state would likely be another 4 years.
Oh, yeah, and a lot more money. We'd have to they wouldn't accept like our existing technical studies or engineering studies. We'd have to redo them all. Then we have option 4, which is 4.7 million. So this is the third. This is the first option was 9.5. The second option was 5 point something. Yeah. Then you got this one, which is the third, and the last one we looked at is the cheapest. This one includes the cricket fields, the pavilion, the cricket bathrooms, the path, and it includes the stormwater management, which we took out. It also would allow for 3 large playground structures, swings, benches, the playground area, the playground pavilion, and that second park, just the first, is this option 4?
Yes.
This is option 4, yeah. So no other parking, doesn't include a second parking lot, vehicle parking lot for playground, so small parking area of just 38 spots. And this is what you're left looking at. So basically, again, come in, here's the parking area, and like a little playground moved up here instead of where it is down there. It involves a smaller playground, smaller parking area. You get to keep the deer fence. You get to keep, what is this? That looks like a community garden, the cricket field, and a bathroom over here by the cricket field.
Because you're not crossing that culvert.
Right.
There's the likelihood of ever getting into the south end of that park
Is basically gone. He's right. So we're basically giving up the crossing of the stream. So our permit right now, we're allowed to do that under our permit. If we get rid of that, he's right. The chance of re-getting that permit is going to be very difficult. And this one is 4.7.
Right. And this is the impervious?
This includes this gets rid of the pervious pavement as
It
well.
also says an updated stormwater management design will be required, which means
Right.
the same thing.
Same thing.
So these aren't really options.
I don't think so, personally. To me, 4 is completely out, and to me, honestly, I think 3 is out.
These are not options. This is kind of ridiculous, right?
3 and 4 is basically like, hey, if you want to save money.
It's not ridiculous if the budget's the priority.
Yeah,
Well,
correct.
because
But we don't know, we don't have the information to make that decision, right? I mean, this is coming from, I don't know where the money is coming from, I don't know what
But
the.
we budgeted
financial
for the
implications are.
6 million. Right, so
Yeah,
the
but
6
what does that mean?
So it was set
What is the
aside.
annual revenue of the open space fund? There's like a million questions that make us completely
Right.
unqualified to answer this
The
question.
money is set aside for Catalpa Park options. There was $6 million set aside originally because we had to re-go out to bid. The full boat, option 1, we had budgeted $6 million and that came in close with our original bid. Now the new bid for what we have asked for is now $9.5 million. So we have to look at the alternatives to either get it below the $6 million of what's budgeted or make the recommendation that we think, you should still go with option 1 and pay the extra $3.5 million.
We don't know what the implication of that we don't know, there's open space revenue that comes out of tax
Correct.
every year. I don't know
Yes.
what that money is, I don't know what the implications of this decision is, I mean,
Yeah.
because it's sort of, this is what I mean. This is actually a little annoying to look at, right? Because there's 4 options, 2 of them are ridiculous, like why would you do that,
Yeah, well,
right? That's like absurd, right? Knowing how the state works and permitting works, it's ridiculous to pick option 3 and 4. Option 2 is building 2 gigantic parking lots in the middle of the woods with no amenities, around them, and basically a, cricket, which could be played on like an open field, right?
Yeah.
So that's a stupid idea, number 2.
Right.
So there's really only option, I'm sorry, I apologize, I just wanted to finish my point. So the only logical option here is option 1, right? There is no, given the information that we have available to us, the only logical option is option 1. But I don't understand, right? I don't know where the money comes from, I don't know how much revenue the open space fund generates in a year, I don't know what the implications of, if it's gonna raise everybody in the town's taxes by 10%, well then no, then we're not gonna do it, right?
So the
And
open
if it
space
doesn't really
trust fund
impact us that much, then, well,
Right.
you'd be an idiot to do anything except option 1.
So the open space trust fund generates approximately $5 to $5.5 million a year based on the existing taxes.
Right.
There is money set aside, $6 million in there for this.
That's
We do have money in our
How much of
open-
it is already dedicated to, paying down debt, that was, that's done from open space, and, it's a complicated question, right?
It's a complicated question, but it's really, making a recommendation based on what do you
Yeah.
think is the best option. Now, I will say this to you,
That's
is
easy.
that
Option 1 is the only one with the
well,
information.
so that's your opinion,
That's
and
your
that's
opinion.
great. But when I was at the Open Space Advisory Committee, so was Mary, and so was Vanessa, and there were people that thought that option 2 was the best option option 3 was the best because it was the cheapest, and that's,
That's
you
option
know,
3, which
It's,
that.
and
option 3 would
who's
be
the documentary about? right? Is a documentary about the lion or the gazelle? Like, what's the documentary about? Like, so if the documentary is about Parks and Recreation, then there's no choice, right? But if we're considering the tree canopy, and we're like, oh gosh, what about the tree? Is the tree canopy the priority? Then we're gonna leave everything the way it is. And we're gonna put the cricket fields, because that's not gonna affect the tree canopy. So I feel like there's different priorities.
Well, and recreation too. So recreation is looking at the plans tomorrow night, I think it is, when they meet. And they're gonna probably say option one, absolutely, because without the basketball courts, what's the point? Without the bocce ball, what's the point? But it's right, it's like, so the more feedback, I think, I'm correct in saying, right, that council gets, you probably appreciate, I would
Correct.
guess,
And
right?
is there any way that we can get some funds from the county, the open space?
So the county open space has already given money to this project in the past. So we do have funds already from them through their open space grant program. But this park has been planned for quite a while. We do have the money earmarked for it, and we do have the money in the open space trust. It does require putting an extra $3.5 million out of the open space trust fund. Now, granted, open space trust fund money can only be used for acquiring open space land and improving parks and developing parks and open space.
Right.
So that's what the money is there for. But yeah, it's a lot to, and I think council likes to have a lot of feedback. Now, again, like Mary is on the Shade Tree Commission. They might think that option two is the best. I don't know this to be true. I'm just saying, Mary's like, don't throw me in there. She may be like, I love option two. I think it's amazing, but I don't know, so yeah.
But I think that just kind of like to kind of give everyone a chance to kind of speak about what your thoughts are. I just want to share, I know something that came up at the open space was, what you'd pointed out before is the one is like, there's just 2 parking lots with nothing going on. There was a concern about safety, security, vandalism, to kind of, that option, that definitely came up in our conversation. The concern about that. I know it was kind of brought down to 2 options, and I know that definitely the first option with everything seems like a great option, and really the money is the one obstacle. And the other, which one was the second?
So the one that allowed us to keep the permitting, so that's option 2. So it was between options 1 and, let me make sure I'm right here. Options 1 and 2, that's what it really was between. 3 and 4, the open space committee didn't really want, only because they don't want to give up that permitting. That's the only reason. But there were people on the committee, I don't know exactly who, that would have liked to go for the cheapest option, and I think though they started when Darren, our engineer, explained like the implications of losing that permitting, I think.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're gonna build a park, then, you may not want the actual park, which in that case, option 3 is brilliant.
Right.
Because then nothing will ever happen.
It's the council that makes the ultimate decision
The council makes the ultimate decision.
based
So-
on input from all
Yes.
all the communities.
And the community too.
Yeah, that's right, yeah.
Yeah, they want the input. They want the input to
Yeah.
make their, because they're gonna have to make a decision because the bids are in and they're only good for so long. So I think it's 60 days. So we discussed this at last month's meeting. Oh, now you don't have to make the same recommendation that open space makes, that recreation makes, and council is going to make their decision based on what the council comes up with. But the councilman's right, it also involves public comment, so the public will speak on it as well. So what do you guys think?
Question. Yeah, so who decided on this set of activities for the design?
So this was originally, came out based on recreation did a needs assessment. Now this is done 4 years ago, but it's still pretty relatively accurate. They did a whole needs assessment study in terms of what recreation. Yes, it was pre-COVID, yeah.
Yeah, I was long.
Yeah.
That's more than 4 years ago.
Yes.
I remember what happened actually, like in our township, there have been a pretty high increase in the South Asian population in our township, and they love cricket.
Right.
They really do.
Yeah, no, I think
So
good idea.
the residents felt that that's something that we don't have. And that's kind of started a discussion because some of the people, they were doing that in houses of worship and any place they can find. So I think this really serves that purpose,
Yeah.
right? And that's where this whole thing started. So-
Right.
The cricket fields have been part of this discussion since.
Ever since the
Day one.
beginning.
Yeah, from
We have
Cricket-
never in this town regretted an investment in recreation. Like, you know,
No.
people fought tooth and nail against Middle Bush Park, and it is, you know, an absolute gem and massively used.
So
Right? There's constant activity at Middle Bush Park, right? So, I mean, we never regret this kind of investment, but I get it, sometimes it doesn't happen because it doesn't happen.
The cricket and the pickleball in particular were identified as needs through the township that are just lacking completely. In any township you go to right now will say cricket and pickleball, that's what we need.
We could triple it, and it still would be
Right.
used constantly.
A park like this, though, it's like you really do need a full service bathroom. You really do. It's you really can't like have a park like this and just have like porta potties because that's like not going to work for the amount of people that will be there. The community garden, that's an important one. That again, the community said we really kind of need more of this. So that's where it came out of. Recreation has been very involved in this. The Open Space Advisory for a long time. Unfortunately, we're like in a holding pattern for all this time. So.
I mean, it's really it's the permits, right? That's where the money is in I mean, I don't know. This
Yeah, the permits is
I'm going to
real.
make an educated guess.
Yeah.
That out of the things on this list, the money is in the parking lots, getting the utilities
Yes.
there, you know, the crossing the creek, and, you know, it's not the community gardens that's
No.
getting $3.5 million,
No,
right?
it's the green infrastructure, it's the crossing of the stream. Yes. It's all that. The cricket fields, the basketball courts, I mean, these are things that are not, like, I mean, they're expensive, obviously, but they're not, like,
Yeah.
things that we're not used to.
I mean, maybe in the original planning, if 4 years ago they had said just make a gravel lot instead of, you know, the impervious pavement, that would be, you know, be cheaper, but whatever, that die is cast.
Yeah, that's.
So it's, you know,
Correct.
that decision was made back then. You gotta either, you know,
Yeah.
I've already spoken, I've already said, what- I think it's pretty clear what I think.
Yeah.
Other questions and thoughts?
For the,
The community garden, I guess.
Well, the community gardens in all of them.
It looks like the community gardens and all,
It's not
was it gone in this one?
checked out.
Yeah.
Oh, in option 4?
It's the same.
Yes,
Gone.
in option 4 it's
Oh,
gone.
okay.
Is it there in a,
Every other option it's in, but not option 4 it's out because of where it's located. Option 3, 2, and 1 it's in.
Option 4 is just.
Yeah, I think option
a
4 is
restaurant and
just
a restaurant and
putting
a
it
parking
on.
lot.
Option
Yeah,
4 is
that's right.
basically cricket and parking.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
was thinking about the safety because cricket is pretty aggressive game. They play very
No, I'm
aggressively.
100% support.
So we have a trails also. People while the game is going on, there might be people or children on a trail. Would it be safe for them at that time? I don't know what are the safety measures.
I think so, because it's far enough away
Yeah,
from
but
where
the
the
trail's
trail
not
will
gonna-
be.
yeah.
Yeah, the trail is gonna be kind of on the opposite side of where the cricket is. So there shouldn't be any interference. The trail is closer to where, like basketball and bocce ball. So the trail, see, is this here.
Yeah, those fields are kind of
This is the
set
trail.
apart.
That's the cricket field. So I mean, it's like a completely across.
They're very set, yeah.
That's the Middle Bush Road, right? On the right side, that is Middle Bush.
Up here, South Middlebush. Yes, that's South Middlebush Road. Yeah.
Right. So the entrance is right on the Middle Bush Road, right? For
No.
Kedar Papa.
No, it's off of Old
No,
Fleet.
it's off of Fleet, like where this big driveway
Yeah,
is.
so right from Middle Bush, you make a right, and that's
Correct.
where there is an entrance.
Yes. Yep.
And that's where.
Oh, you're saying over here, people are gonna be walking.
Yeah, and trail actually start there. It's right.
Yeah.
No, the trail's not there. No, the right now, that's the corner where the trail starts. So currently, like this, like that corner is where the trailhead is, and you walk this way and that way. That's the trail.
Hmm.
So, but based on this, we might be forced to start the trail over here.
Yeah, so that's
Yeah.
a good
So,
idea if we move
yeah.
the trail here instead of there,
I was
because it's
thinking
right
too, yeah.
touching
Yeah.
the.
I mean,
ground.
honestly, it's gonna start where the parking is.
Yeah.
People will gravitate towards there and
It's
yeah.
gonna start where the parking is.
There is a fence around it. Yeah, I think it'll be okay because there is a fence around it and,
This
there is. And I don't think that,
There's a fence
I shouldn't
right
talk
there.
because I don't know cricket
I mean,
that well.
and in any case, I mean, it's not like they're gonna change the plan, right? This is the plan. This has been the plan for 4 years.
Yeah, the cricket fields are in need.
Safety issue between.
Yeah. Someone on the Open Space Advisory Committee brought up, and I was surprised at this, but this just shows how other people think, and it's interesting, that the pickleball sound, which I know there is a sound. It's like they wanted me on during the meeting, which I did, to measure how far was the closest house from the pickleball to make sure the sound wouldn't be annoying to people. And we ended up seeing, I think it was like 1,700 feet away, so it wasn't. But yeah, it's just different people think different things.
We should definitely not have amenities for 70,000 people because one person might hear it.
Right, because of pickleball sound. I don't even know what it is.
No, just the planning included the expectation of space.
I'm sorry, I'm speaking when I should be using my inner voice and not my. I've had it with people.
Paths within the park in this design would be ADA accessible?
The path within the park, so the one that down here that's going around, this is gonna be ADA
Got it.
compliant, this path here, absolutely, yeah, so it'll be that, either that, rubbery material that is considered ADA compliant, like the more hard rubbery, or the, crushed red stone, or something like that, but, yes, now, only within though the park, that's what we have planned right now. One last thing, I'm sorry, Pravesh.
Will that loop also include the community garden there, or that's outside?
The loop, community garden
garden is
is,
Oh, it is.
That's the.
Oh, okay, that's C-shaped.
yes.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Oh, no, that's is that the community garden? The community garden's the other dark spot.
Let me
So
see.
it's a rectangular
I
one?
think it might be.
Yes.
the rectangle.
Better, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that might be the playground,
Let me look and see. Proposed, I want to see what this, I thought this was the, this is the community garden.
Oh, okay.
Oh, up there.
Oh,
the parking lot. Oh, okay.
okay.
And this other thing over here is, a bocce ball. This is bocce ball.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is bocce ball, and so the community garden is up here. This one here, right by the, which actually is nice, right by the parking lot, you know? One last thing I wanted to bring up,
Those
just.
are plots, those little rectangles, little garden plots.
Yeah, just on the community garden also, so when we did the garden at Navy Williams Park, I did the measurements on that, height-wise and width-wise in the aisles to make sure that that's ADA compliant as well, the community garden. So we would use those same measurements. So the community garden will also be considered ADA compliant in terms of the grading and the aisle width and the height. The one other thing I want to bring up, this is important, with the pervious pavement, I have to say this. So the pervious pavement is important in terms of stormwater management, especially in this area required to do a specific amount of stormwater management. Plus, it's just a good practice. What option was it? Okay, if we have to go back and do like phase 2 of the park, so say you choose options 3 or 4, where it's like we're just doing the northeast part of the park and then we want to go back later, and the pervious pavement is in. The large trucks driving over the pervious pavement will actually make us have to relay the pervious pavement afterward. So again, another cost down the road because it's not designed to handle the back and forth of the large trucks. So,
So one shot.
yeah, I mean, you don't want to have to do that twice. That's a real, because it's the expense. I mean, the under drain and the functional green infrastructure part underneath will be okay, but the pervious pavement is expensive. It's very expensive.
I'm just wondering why in such a park we need impervious paving.
So pervious pavement, we're required, the state law, the New Jersey DEP stormwater management rules changed a few years ago, and they actually require green infrastructure approach to be your first approach to stormwater, and then if you can't meet your requirements there, then you can fall back on traditional infrastructure. So pervious pavement is considered green infrastructure because the water filters through and it goes to an under drain where it's like slowly released or it's captured. So it's actually part of our stormwater management
Right, no, I
requirement.
understand that part, but usually what they do, they look at the whole area and they will say, okay, 20%, 30% impervious is okay. Are we exceeding that because we have the parking lots and so forth, and that's where we have to have the pervious part?
Most likely
pavement?
because of the amount, we're disturbing more than a quarter of an acre. And so beyond that, then it's based on how much impervious cover are you putting on. The DEP considers gravel or that rubber material, they consider that impervious. even though it's not like pavement.
Oh, wow.
Yes, gravel, because it's really not pervious. It's not letting water filter through. So under the stormwater management rules, that's why. Now, we have other techniques in here. We have a bio-retention basin over here. I believe there's like a retaining, some type of under drain here somewhere. But, we have to still meet this.
So just to kind of quickly summarize, so option 1 is everything. It's from soup to nuts, everything. Option 2 is like the bones of it.
Yep, 9.5 option 1, 5.7 option 2. Yep.
Or think of it as 2 giant parking lots in the woods.
Hello, how are you? No, you're okay. You're welcome. Yeah.
Wow, you
Come on in, come on in. We're looking at Catalpa Park right now. The proposals for Catalpa Park.
So I'm in a sense agnostic about, from a trails perspective, between 1 and 2, in the sense that if there's a parking lot there, so that will help encourage people to take the Brown Trail, which still needs a bridge, and get fixed, so you can use the whole thing. With option 1 being better, because if there's the walking trail in the park, that would encourage more people to come just for that, and then maybe continue exploring. But I would have an opinion on another way if it wasn't just the trails. But I think either one where you're getting some infrastructure for parking where that Brown Trail is across the culvert,
Yeah.
across the stream, is a good deal.
Yeah. Okay.
And then the like we said before, so options 3 and 4 are staying on the close side of the culvert. So not doing that, taking advantage of the permits that we have now. And it's really kind of just keeping those cricket fields. It's keeping the cricket fields. And so for
Parking lot.
option 3, we have a parking lot, we have the cricket fields, and we have the garden. And then option 4, it's the cricket fields,
The playground.
modified parking lot,
Yeah.
playground,
Yeah.
and gardens.
But again, no permitting. No permitting.
So no permit. So that's kind of saying, you know what? We're going to keep it on this side. We don't care about the culvert. We don't care about the other side.
I think
we
we've
just
all
want the
agreed
cricket
that
fields.
3 and 4 are out. It's just
Yeah.
whether you're really saying one
Yeah,
from a trails perspective or 1 or 2 are acceptable.
yeah. Well, I mean,
I think from a trails perspective, 3 and 4 are also, essentially, it would just be keeping the brown trail, more of the brown trail that's currently there.
no.
But I think the bigger parking lot on the south,
think it's-
across the other side, opens the possibility down the road of having more people come
This
and
is-
use that for a jumping off point.
We've been saying,
That's a possibility, but that's my adapted trail, right? And from get-go, I would have loved to just kept the trail, but I see the value of these other components. But, yeah.
I have a question. We've been saying all along that options 3 and 4 require the permitting process to begin.
If we ever wanted to continue into the development on the other side.
They require
It actually
updated
says
permitting.
an updated stormwater management design will be required, which I was interpreting as there's going to be permitting required.
That's what options 3 and 4 require updated permitting.
Updated permitting.
We can't use
Yeah.
our existing permit right now. Yep.
Exactly. So
Or the
to me,
plan as it is, or if we were to, or in the future, it would require.
The plan as it is would not require permitting in the future. So
In the
if we want
future.
everything else, we require, like to go to phase 2,
Right.
we would require updated permitting.
but you can still get the what?
The main permitting issue is crossing the stream.
Correct.
Yeah.
Anything
Yeah,
across the
that's-
stream,
yeah.
yeah, so
That's what I understood.
you would get what you see.
I actually interpreted 3 and 4 as like nothing is going to happen because we're going to go back to the beginning of a 4-year permitting process.
No. 3 and 4, what you see is what you're gonna get, but then to get the rest of the park across the stream will require, we can't use our existing permit, yeah.
I can't make it unless I understand. what it is.
Jignasha, is there anything
Yeah.
that you were wondering or thinking?
I know she's mentioned the community garden, so for you, Jignasha, the one where our community garden comes out is option 4. So there's no community garden in there at all.
Pravesh?
The community garden would be a big draw along with the added advantage of the trail, which
Yeah.
is two big things that can come out from getting more people into that area.
Yeah.
I think.
Jim?
I was gonna say, there's pickleball courts at Castleton. And I have someone that lives there, so I go there. And yeah, you can hear it, but I don't, I think you kind of get used to it or you just kind of muffle it. So it doesn't seem to be an issue.
Oh, good. Well, I would say for the open space meeting, which is on the 21st, October 21st, that's when the engineer is coming back to kind of like go over, what, oh, yep.
I came here for a planning board meeting, so I didn't realize you guys were meeting here. I just jumped in here, but I didn't know. But see, I'm a parks guy. Middlebush Park,
Yeah.
I was over there in the weeds trying to get Middlebush Park together, and we spent a lot of money on that park. And you couldn't build anything else after we finished because the space. Because the thinking wasn't there. And I think some of the residents would have been up in arms, you spent this money, but the park was built.
Right. Right.
And now all of a sudden, there's a good park over there.
Yes.
I'm glad we spent the money.
Yes. That's what Robert was just saying.
So-
Yeah.
Never regret infrastructure,
If you
ever.
come back and I see that price tag of $9.5 million and I go, so what? It's gonna cost you more down the road. And you guys won't be here.
Right.
Somebody else will be sitting in your chair and they're gonna say, I'm not gonna spend that $5 million.
Right.
So that park is stuck.
Right. Right.
You're not gonna get it together. So, and I was looking for a planning board meeting. But I just walked in here.
Red trails, yes, it's a trail, but
This
yeah.
is more interesting.
That $9.5 million is good money spent right now because when we did Middlebush Park, those kids were over there playing before the park was done.
Yeah. Yes.
There was a problem with that skate park. Bill Grippo at the time tried to get $250,000 to build a skate park. He couldn't get it, and then he muscled it through, and they got a skate park. And there was nothing there, just a skate park. And the kids loved it. So after that, we had to board it up because of insurance, because nobody wanted to
Oh,
fix the
yeah.
puppy. That's how that happened. So when we came in, okay, let's move the skate park over here. And because our insurance carrier said, hey, I want to come in, I'm going to spec this little puppy after you finish, which was, that's what they had to do. It was clean sailing. They looked at the tot lot. Yes, you got the right rubber or whatever there. The parking was an issue. We started playing football, and parking was an issue. But now we solved that issue.
Right, yeah.
And the one thing I didn't realize, behind the back parking area is actually a little trail.
Yes, there is.
That goes
Yeah.
back there.
One of our trails.
Yes.
I didn't realize that until this year.
It's a natural play back there, yeah.
Actually, a little kid, they were running back there.
Oh,
The
yeah.
Parents actually, they go into the woods. I
No,
walk back there and go, I'll be.
there's a zip line back there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I went back through there,
Yeah.
and there it was. That's great. So I'm telling you, and I'm walking out here, got the wife outside. She's supposed to be dropping me off. Okay, I just ran out the library. If you don't build it now, you won't build it later.
Ever.
I agree with you. That's what I thought in
that's
open
true.
space too,
$25
yeah.
million out of the Open Space Trust Fund is not going to kill you. You get money every year. Now, some people will say, no, you can't spend it. And I'm going to say, build a damn thing.
Right, yeah.
Because it'll work for you. I don't even see what you got down the rest.
Oh, yeah, it's a ton. It's basketball.
I don't need to see what's down there
Yeah.
the rest.
Yeah. No, I agree with you 100%. I personally do, yeah.
And what's that baseball thing? Build it.
You build it,
and
they
they
will
will
come.
come.
Yeah.
I guarantee you, if you, and this has been what, 10 years in the making?
A long time.
Sooner or later, you're gonna have to pull the trigger. And you guys are gonna be in the middle, pulling the trigger, and then it's gonna get to a land use committee or public discussion, and everyone's either gonna be for it or against it. You're gonna have to defend it.
Yeah.
Well, the Karazi here is gonna have to.
He
defend
will,
it.
yeah, he will.
2 votes.
Yeah.
You're gonna be on the hot seat.
Anything that we can do to help the community to enjoy the life in Franklin Township, we gotta fight for it.
Yeah.
That's the bottom line.
Thank you. No, we appreciate it.
Wait a minute. What's that with t-shirts?
Not for the volunteers.
He said not for you, none for you. What do you think? What do you think?
Snap one. She had him here. I was like, what's the story with the shirt?
He's taking it back.
If you vote yes, when this comes up, we'll
You
give
gotta
you.
teach your
Okay, how about
Now
that?
you see, because I came in and said, build it.
Right.
Because I came in. Now, here's the thing you guys gonna love. It's called, I'm pulling rank. I'm a councilman. I want a t-shirt.
You can have You're absolutely allowed. Just for one.
Give him
What
one.
size? What
You want a
size?
short sleeve or long sleeve?
Extra, extra? It's on the
You
end
want a short
here.
sleeve or long sleeve?
Oh, short sleeve.
Oh, short sleeve, up here.
Give him a big one.
That long sleeve.
We gotta
Guys,
do it
Trails
already.
Advisory Committee, they spend so much time doing volunteer work. They run any trail you see, any trail walk you see in Franklin Township, it's them on their own time leading people. So we got those shirts so that when they do, people recognize like who the leader is. So, yeah.
So now you have to come on one of our hikes
There you go.
We'll let you know.
This
gotta
is
come on a hike.
Yeah.
At the next council meeting, I wear the trail shirt.
Oh, nice.
When people ask me what's with the shirt, I'm gonna explain it to them.
Yeah.
Somebody up here is gonna have to write that little blurb.
I'll write it for you. I'll write it. Yeah.
Okay, that's just the way it is.
All right. Thank you so much.
I never saw that. I'm on the land use committee, and I never saw all of this.
Yeah?
But I'm going to tell you, if you build it, you'll stand out there, and when they cut the ribbon, you guys will be standing up there and go, "That's right."
Yeah.
Have fun.
I hear
When
ya.
Middle Bush Park came about, you'll make yourself proud.
I hear you. Thank you
Okay,
so much.
get out of here.
All right. Thank you. Thanks for coming.
The next time you see Mark Healy, tell him Carl came from the planning board meeting, and it wasn't him. But I'm sorry to bust the.
No, we're happy to have you. All right. Take care.
He said everything I wanted to say, just better.
There you go. All we have to do is, we don't have, I recommend so that your voices are heard, especially the Open Space Advisory Committee meeting is coming up. I would love to be able to say, or Vanessa really is going to be the one to say, we brought it up at Trails and they recommend this. The people from Recreation, their person's going to say something. Shade Tree's going to say something. So I think it would be good to say, even if it's like we like option 1 or 2, or if you want to commit to one of those options, you know.
So when do you think that is going to be coming to the council?
I think probably at the beginning of November, end of October. I think right now it's like everyone's kind of collecting
Gotcha.
feedback, and then it's going to come to you guys.
All right.
So what do we
On
think?
the 14th, I'm not going to say anything because we just got to wait to see. What
Yeah, I
I
wouldn't
don't
say
want
anything.
the committees to say anything
Yeah.
later on change.
But on the 21st, Open Space will meet, and they're going to make
So
their
the
big
Apollo will
recommendations.
meet on the 28th.
Yes.
We can have a story.
Correct, absolutely, yep.
So as a committee, what are we thinking? So I'm here, I know we have definitely one all the way. You were saying 1 or 2? 1 or 2?
1 or 2, yeah.
1 or 2?
Definitely 1 or 2. 3, 4, no.
Okay.
1 for me.
1 or 2, but I still have some concerns in regard to tree cover and
Yeah.
how that landscape will change, because, it's a lot of their work is having on the forested area on the other side of the culvert, so.
Okay, that's something that I haven't seen, so, yeah, how much of tree cover will be lost by
Yeah.
clearing that up?
But one or two,
Yeah.
to answer your question.
I think it can be replanted also, right? Once the park comes up, the way she suggested, like by the trail, they want to plant it on a Neman Williams. So
question is-
something like same project can be done here also on a Catalpa.
Do we have any idea what will be the cost?
It is,
of maintenance?
it is, yeah.
We can't support two.
That I don't know. I know there's gonna be a lot of maintenance.
Right, if they put down certain amount of a
They will be
trees,
able to-
they have to plant also some specific number of a trees.
Is there an ordinance?
It's not like super old trees. I know Ted Chase was talking about there. It is a nice tree canopy there on the Brown Trail and the area where that second parking lot is going, that area there.
Are they natives, I guess was really my question.
Oh, I don't know.
I don't know about
The
that.
red cedars and the first successional kinds of trees that come in when they take over a field. That's what I heard.
Oh, the red cedars are not, not that we don't care about them, but they're not,
I don't know what's there, that's just what I heard.
okay.
They grow get red cedars.
They grow so quickly.
Vanessa, can you please find out if there's an estimate on the maintenance cost? Because the open space is supposed to fund that, right?
The maintenance
That's
cost of
what-
the park?
Right, so after it's built, what will be the standard maintenance cost per year? Because that money has to come. Because one of the things we're trying to do is not to raise taxes. Alright, so that's a key. We want to make sure that they keep that. And also, if they have any large projects that's down the road, what will the implication?
Okay. I think that, I know, Township Manager Warnlocker, like he had kind of spoken to some of these.
Yeah.
I mean, they might
And,
say, look, it's going to be 10% of whatever the
Yeah.
cost is, just assume they're
And
going to
I
have
know
a few
that,
people.
and that was
people
already
added.
budgeted. Like I know
Yeah.
the fact, the maintenance part, when it was originally approved, that was included. I don't know if that has changed as significantly as the cost of the park has changed.
Right, and the other question that I have is how long is it going to take to build this? In other words, this $9.5 million they're talking about, is it going to be paid next year? Or is it going to be over 2 or 3 years? Because if it's next year, that means that they have to have that money. But if it's over 2 or 3 years, the money is still coming in. So they have to kind of a plan to that.
Those are the kind of like financial details that.
Yeah, but we.
Outside the context of knowing the answers to those, I mean, I can't actually
you
give a
can't.
recommendation, but not knowing the finances and making the assumption that all of this money comes from the open space fund, well, you should use it. Then to me, there is no other logical option except option one. But it all depends on whether really all the money comes from the open space fund, all those financial
I mean,
things that I'm
right
not
now, I
privy to.
think my understanding is that they have about 6.5 million. So, I mean, it's
Annually.
gonna be 9.5, so if they gotta.
6.5 million annually, right? That's the
They have
annual.
between 6 and 6.5 budgeted already for the park.
5 million annually.
What's the annual revenue?
It's anywhere between 5 and 5.5, yeah.
Right, so if the annual revenue is 5.5, I mean, between,
But you
I
have
don't know
to-
what kind of vehicles are available to them, but between
But
bonding and.
remember, this is not the only project, we have several other projects, and we just
Right,
recently, for
that's
example.
what I mean, these are the things I'm not privy to.
Yeah, we just buying an open space for almost like $800,000.
But it's been, but if it's, the 6 million has been budgeted and is sitting somewhere for the past like 4.5,
Yes.
5, 6, I mean, this has been going on for 10 years, right? At some point, the answer is gonna be the board is, the council is feckless.
It's
because
already worth 9
we're
million.
trying to do something for
I think
10 years.
honestly, for our committee's
Get it done.
purposes, what I would recommend to any of the committees I work on, I'm not saying you should act like you don't care about the budget, but every committee is going to submit their recommendation based on what their priorities are. So I think from the Trails Advisory Committee because the council's gonna make the decision on the budget. They're the ones that are gonna do that. What from a trail, like a purely what's good for our purposes here at Trails, what do you think the recommendation is? Because council's gonna decide on the budget.
I believe in order to answer that, we need to provide them as a blurb, how does it even pertain to the Trails Committee? This whole thing is this added parking lot or the access to it, if we can I mean,
Right.
that will be
Right.
our justification for
Agree.
supporting this.
I agree with you. And Vanessa can report on that at the meeting. So basically it'd be saying, we like option one, I'm just gonna say this, we like option one because it's going to connect our existing Brown Trail to this park. It's gonna provide extra parking. It's going to kind of expand our base here, you know.
I mean, and that's also true of option two in the sense of the infrastructure.
Correct.
The difference with option one being is that because it has on-site walking trail, that it might also encourage more people to then explore
Yeah.
the larger trail.
Yeah.
That's why option one is slightly, from a trails perspective,
Yeah.
it's slightly more preferred. But option one or two will get you to that part and have that infrastructure there to allow more people to access that trail.
Great.
Where stage four won't do that at all.
Yeah.
I'm a little biased. Because, like, I'm a little biased. I mean, I went to the council meeting speaking against Catalpa Park. Full transparency. Like, back in that day, I wanted to keep, I wasn't on the trails, but I wanted to keep it green. I wanted to keep it, the trees. So from that, I say, what's best for trails? Best for trails is we leave as much of the trail there and as much I had proposed to expand the trail into that wooded area, but was told, no, this park is coming, we have to wait and see, and then we could do the trail that way. So I see a lot of promise with that trail. However, for the greater good, I concede. Like, I concede, and I see the value in the park, and I see that piece of it, but it's hard to answer for me from a trails perspective. Because from a trails perspective, I want 3 or 4, so you get a bigger parking lot, and you leave more of the wooded area for us to have a trail in.
Right.
So that's my personal, I know that's not the committee. So, but I think that's kind of hard to answer your question from a
Yeah,
trails perspective.
it is.
So, but I think as members of the Trails Committee who are thinking of the trails and the greater good,
Yeah.
I think it's easier to answer that question.
That makes sense.
You got two somewhat competing priorities where you have to compromise. Preserving more space for trails and providing more access to trails. Right?
So I think we have to
Right.
remember
It's a
that
relatively small part of the trip.
Well, I guess for 3 and 4, they all get more parking, right? So they would all the plans would allow for easier parking to access the trails.
Except 3 and 4 without the permitting. I mean, that is going to be a nightmare. That is going to be an absolute
No, so
nightmare.
it's,
Yeah.
right,
Yeah.
but it would just stay the way it is.
When I was saying access,
Right.
I meant maybe attractiveness or engagement. 1 and 2 will bring more people into that for other reasons, and then that's why.
That's a township development.
That makes sense.
But also we have to remember the demographic of our township. That area has a lot of apartments, high number of concentrated population in our township, and they really need some sort of recreation for the kids.
They're out walking South Middle Bush.
So, yeah.
There's not much there.
You're right about
In
that.
that southern part of town.
I can see that we lose this
Recreation.
There's
Brown Trail.
Right.
Right, so that's
Better access
why
to it. Way better.
we need to really keep that in mind too.
Yeah, that's a
as
good
we
point.
Propose, so, but
So I think
anyway.
we should.
So I
figure
guess
out
what
we're
I'm
gonna
hearing,
say,
I mean, I'm hearing everybody saying what people are happy with 1 or 2. Do you want us to be more specific than that?
No, I
Or
think
is
if-
1 or 2?
I think if everyone is okay with 1 or 2, because really, if it's going to come down to money, it's going to be 2. If it's going to not come down to money, it's
Yeah.
going to be 1.
Yeah.
So I think.
So if the money's
reporting 1
there,
and
if the
2.
money's there, we want 1.
Yeah.
And if the money's not there, we want 2.
But we definitely don't want 3 or 4, I think, is what we're hearing, which I think that's a good recommendation, because you're basically saying 50%, we don't even want to look at anymore. 1 or 2, will work.
Yeah.
Okay. And so you can report on this at the meeting, and,
My
excellent.
feeling is that, because if it's just the cricket fields on 3 and 4, then that's just going to get used by people who play cricket and that's it. Whereas if you have something on the other side of the stream,
Yeah, you
that
have.
even if it's not everything at once, which is 2, you're going to get people who come in for more nature recreation and hanging out and things. That's why.
Very
I
good.
like it. Cool. All right, thank you, guys. That is very helpful. Excellent.
Okay. Next item in new business is quote for nature walks in the spring and summer from the New Jersey Audubon.
Okay, so New Jersey Audubon asked if they could submit a quote to do nature walks in the fall. I'm sorry, in the spring and summer. Let's see here. So I said, sure, yeah, why not? You can submit them, absolutely. So they submitted for a total, is it 8, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8. 8 walks. The total would be $1,900 for them to lead. We haven't done 8 walks with them in the past in 1 year. They just submitted this. I mean, we can definitely say, well, we're not interested in 8 walks. We only want 4. We can say we don't want any. We can say we want all. The way the process would work is that they basically come and they do the walk, and they do the woodcock walk. They do the summer experience, the birds and butterflies. And they point out, to everyone what's going on. It's really led by a professional naturalist, which was great, at our Negri Napodi and our John Clyde preserves. If we were anything we approve, if it involves money, the next step is I take what you tell me, and then I bring it to the Open Space Advisory Committee on the 21st and say we would like this amount of money subtracted from the Open Space Trust to conduct these nature walks. If it gets approved, we then set it up with them, and they do everything. Basically, it's just, they do it at our sites, and they point out they are very well attended, I will say, when they're held. The other thing I will say is I think the most we've ever done with them in 1 year is 4. So just some background.
I was surprised to see, how many there were. And in my experience, they were always at Negri. Have they done it at John Clyde before?
They have done a few, but not.
Okay.
It's usually at Negri. Yes, usually at Negri, because they're really focused on the birding for the most part.
And one of the things I've noticed in the past is that, oftentimes people, not necessarily from Franklin, are going.
Correct. It can be anyone in
people are
Audubon.
coming- So I feel like they were.
Advertising.
So they're advertising it themselves. So I think that if we were to move forward with them, I think we would make a concerted effort to really recruit and register folks from Franklin to really take advantage of that. And because people love birding, people from birders are just coming to Negri because it's a great place to bird from all over the state.
Correct. Yes.
And before, I think this committee, over the last probably 8 years, I think we've made a real concerted effort to host more hikes on our own. It used to be that Audubon were the hikes.
Correct. Yes.
And so they were the hikes.
Yeah, since you all have taken over really leading them, we've really reduced. We had 1 year we didn't use them at all. So that's a good point.
Birding?
Not all birding, so the woodcock is, the ones at John Clyde, I think, are focused on habitat, some birding. When they are at Negri, they are very heavily focused on birds and butterflies. Those are the real contacts. And when they do go to John Clyde, but as you can see, it's not all the time at John Clyde. It's really focused on the native grasslands, but with birding.
So we are not involved in this, right? They do on their own.
They do
All we do is
and
promote
everything.
it. We just put
Right,
post
right,
up on
right.
social
We are not.
media.
We can go. We can,
We
go.
can participate,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
we don't need to lead it. They
No,
just
and
take care of.
that makes it nice as well to have some that they're leading.
I mean, one way to look at it is that if we were to go with all of the walks, we could focus any of the walks we do not at the Grasslands Preserve. We could do them in other places because we know they're being held here. If we only want to do some of them because you feel that we don't need all of these walks here, that's fine too.
I guess I'm curious about do they have cutoffs for how many people can register?
No, they do not.
Okay.
That has posed a problem in the past with parking. But no, they don't. They do not have cutoffs. So
When are they planning on this walk?
this is for spring, summer, and fall of so this is basically
next year.
So it's not in the winter, but it's spring, summer.
and
Then
summer.
the last one is scheduled for September, I think. No, October of 2026. And one of the fees here, see this $100 fee, this is their advertising and administration fee. So that's it. So the walks, the guided walks themselves are $1,800, and then they charge $100 for basically putting the flyer, putting it on their website, because you can register on their website, and then we also post it on our website this way. But you register through Audubon,
So I mean, could we do it through Parks and Recreation?
Well, so there's no one there to lead it when we do.
No.
our
I mean,
walks-
still have Audubon do it.
Oh well.
But as far as the advertising and how we've been doing it through
Yeah.
Parks and Rec.
So if they're gonna advertise it and be in charge of the registration, it's like we want them to do it, because if we have two different because they need to register people through Audubon, like they can't just take our registration. So if we have two different registrations going on, it's kind of duplicative. We do advertise the walks, we put them on social media, we put them on our website. The registration though, I mean, it actually is really helpful. If we're gonna pay them, it's like great for them to do that work, because it takes a lot of pressure off of the rec staff and,
I guess, but my
Money either.
yeah.
my experience is that we have a lot more local people going on our hikes.
We do.
Using Parks and Recreation. So my reservation is if they're advertising and they're advertising everywhere, and the majority of the people coming aren't Franklin people.
Right. Right.
You know, and that's
What are we paying for?
why are we paying for it?
Yeah, the only reason we'd be paying for it really is because it's on our property. It's to kind of like bring people to our property to enjoy it, you know, but no, I understand what you're saying completely. I understand your point. The thing is that if they are to do this, you know, for them to show their numbers and to really run the program, they have to take care of all the administrative
I'm
work.
wondering if we could have them, like, what if we were to ask them to initially advertise, like in Franklin? What if we like initially did like a town advertisement, and then like, let's say for 2 weeks, and then like it would expand outside to their regular network? Just something to kind of.
Yeah.
Their advertising is, because I'm one member, but not an avid birder, so, but I see that all, it's their email list, their website, their social media.
Yeah.
So it's not like they're reaching out to anything or putting ads. in.
Yeah.
We're putting it on our social media. We're putting it on our website. Like it's almost like if we got first. If we were able to put it out first.
Oh, if there's a limit to, like, a limit to the number of people could sign up.
There's not a limit. There's no limit. And I think, I don't know that they're willing to do
If
that. I
there's
can
no
ask
limit.
them, but they're, I mean, for them, they're the New Jersey Audubon chapter, so I don't know that they're gonna want to, like, you know.
If there's no limit, I don't see why.
Yeah.
I guess all right, let's just double check that there's no limit.
There's no limit for sure,
Okay.
yeah, because they like send me their list and everything that they do after the fact,
Okay.
and I'm like, okay, you have a question?
Yeah, all I was gonna say is that if there's no limit, then whether they, you know, whether there's no prohibition against, you know, us using the resources that we have available to us to advertise it to people in Franklin and just point them to the Audubon for the registration, right? If advertising happens on, you know, the township website, or, you know, through township sources, or by putting up flyers in schools, or, you know, whatever it is that we do, you know, or our social media, then should we just point, it's just a matter of pointing them to a different, you know, link, right, to sign up for stuff. So it's a distinction without a difference. We can still, you know, promote it, right? If the concern is there's not enough people from Franklin because they don't make enough local effort, we can make a local effort. But what this actually, but I have a second, like, kind of tangential, unrelated, you know, maybe annoying, I don't know, right, point that I always have with stuff like this, that actually this sort of thing makes me think about the fact that, like, we don't have like a budget, we don't have like a set, you know, we don't have sort of like a process, right? Everything like comes in and like, oh, does that seem like a good idea? Okay, let's go, you know, see, you know, can we please ask, you know, to do this, you know, to do this. I think it might be better structurally. This might be a long-term thing, you know, to think about. You know, if we had like a you know, $5,000, you know, whatever that number would be, like, you know, because this isn't what's gonna, you know, move taxes 10 to 15% in the town, right? You know, 5,000 here, 5,000 there, right? Kind of, if we had a budget that we knew that we could just spend, you know, on stuff like this, it would make it a lot easier. Right?
It would. The only thing is, so the process in place is that any of us, the subcommittees of the Open Space Committee, have to recommend everything to the Open Space Committee, who does oversee the budget.
I mean, that's the way we do it now. I think
That's the way we do it now.
If the Space Committee were to say you've got $5,000 to spend, then, you know, that would change, but, you know, I don't think that's necessarily.
See that. I mean, I that would be great, but I cannot see that happening, because they watch every penny. Well, I'll tell you that, even on recording, I'll say that to be true. They watch that. Those
It seems kind of, you know, it's kind of onerous, right? But
So it's $1,900. So it's going back to the advertising part. Just for me, it's like, once again, like, without using social media, using our website, we weren't getting people to come. The only thing that's had a positive impact on our attendance is Parks and Recreation. So I don't know if it's not, maybe if registration is not through Parks and Recreation, but we can somehow advertise. You know, maybe it's something we could think about, because we haven't had any luck. Other than
New Jersey Audubon, their walks that they've held on our site are very well attended. Now, if they're well attended by Franklin people, I don't know.
That's what I'm thinking about.
But I don't think, I mean, honestly, like from my seat, basically, dealing with their registration and also our registration sounds like a nightmare.
No, I'm agreeing with you. I'm just saying,
Yeah.
I accept that. But
Yeah.
I'm saying, can we still advertise it? Not that you'd be
Yeah.
signing up through us. Like, I don't know, even through Parks and Recreation, could we also have them?
We could probably put it on their calendar, maybe,
Yeah, on
I
their
guess.
calendar.
Yeah.
Just something to kind of
Yeah.
advertise it locally, in a way that we know has been.
Absolutely, yeah, we can
Effective.
put
Because
it
the
on.
question is, would they allow a link to go to someplace else?
Yeah, or put it on their calendar, or an advertising kind of a space where they might
Yeah.
see it.
We could do that.
Or on a bulletin board.
Yeah, for sure. That's stuff we can absolutely do, yeah, absolutely. What do you guys think about the number of walks?
Oh, I was gonna say, I was just gonna mention that if you wanted to, you could, if you wanted to cut some, I'm thinking the July at John Clyde, because that kind of would coincide with the
Butterfly.
butterfly walk.
Yeah.
Firefly walk, yeah.
And also,
So, and maybe summer isn't, well, I mean, people are away or something like that, so I don't know, but
Yeah.
if you wanted, I'm just saying if you wanted to cut some, I mean, that's,
It's a lot.
Doesn't matter.
It is a
the
lot.
number of
it is a lot.
hours.
The number of hours, so
It's
that's,
usually 1 or 2 hours long, right?
they're usually 1 or 2 hours, so the
Like
first,
6 or 5 hours?
so the
But it's
first one
only
is,
$250. Like, I feel like.
the first walk, Ignacia, for the
But the
Woodcock
hours-
is 2 walks, so that's why, so it's
That
$300.
makes sense, okay, 3 hours maybe.
So they're
with
talking
2
about the
walks, but-
walk they do, and then they're talking about the work they have to put in ahead of it. So I guess like travel and like advertising
Planning.
and computer work and like
So they're doing
mapping.
all of those hours.
Yeah.
That's not bad, $50 an hour.
My other question is with the September, October events, do they work around our hunting season for John Clyde?
Yes, they're familiar with our hunting season and they'll work around that. Yep. So if we get rid of the July one, that's one less. That's minus 250. So that brings us down to 1650.
And we've paid them in the past to do this.
It's just a couple.
Usually only 2 to 4 a year. This is the first time they've submitted a quote for this many.
I mean,
What was our attendance?
There's-
Attendance, like we've had, I mean, every walk they had, it's.
Good attendance.
Yeah, it's like 30 or 40
true.
people
That's
probably.
true.
But Negri Napodi in particular is considered.
Yeah.
a
We're not
burning
charging them to
hotspot
use our
in
trail.
Jersey.
Hey, yes, we're charging $250.
Yeah.
Walk on your property. Like, we have a lot of birders who are interested, and that's a great place to go see woodcocks. Pay us to bring our people over here to that.
Yeah,
Right.
it seems actually
Odd,
reversed,
weird
like
thing.
they should.
Yeah.
Yeah, they should be paying us.
I know, that would be nice. But so I was just telling the councilman, so yeah, Negri Napodi is a birding hotspot, so people come from all over at certain types of the year. The most recent one, I think, when we had like a red-shouldered hawk there, and it was like mobbed. It was mobbed. We don't have to do any of these walks if we don't want either. This is literally Autobahn being like, hey, want us to do a few walks? So we can do some, we can do none. Again, I have to get it to open space. If we don't get it to them by October 21st, open space is probably not going to meet in November. So it would be good to,
Like, I would think, like, maybe we should consider, like, the 4. Like, if we want to consider 2 or 4, and, like, I think within that, I think the 8 seems like a lot, because we haven't been working with them for a couple years. Maybe we do the 2 or 4 again, and then next year we can decide, the following year we can decide, do we want to keep it that same, or do we want to increase it to the 8? I mean, I know it's hard sometimes for us to make times in our schedules to lead things, so it's nice to have another option.
well, I'll make this recommendation if you will be willing to maybe consider doing 5, only because the woodcock walks, people go crazy for the woodcock walks. They love them to bits. So that's 2 right there, but people will come again. They love the woodcock walk, love it.
But that's
love it, love it.
$300, only $50 more.
Correct. Yeah. So if you kept these 2 and then
Oh,
you
yeah,
chose like 1 for each like season.
So 4 lines, but only 5 hikes.
It's up to you. You don't have to do that, but I
Yeah,
just
that
think the
makes
woodcock
sense.
walks are well. So if we kept the woodcock walks, that's in March, and then July we're not going to do. So if you want to do like March, either May or June, and then either August or September, and keep October, or if you want.
When we do the Firefly Walk, I forget, that's July, right?
July, yeah.
Yeah, so, everybody likes
July and
that.
August is our time to do.
Yeah, you guys
Right?
do
We
a lot in
do,
July
we
and
do,
August. So
Right,
wait a
Josh and I
minute.
go back to school in September. It's harder.
September, I can finish.
So yes to the 2 Woodcock walks. How about, let's go down the line. How about May then at John Clyde?
When's National Trails Day?
June.
The first Saturday.
May sounds like a good month.
Yeah, May should be
Yes to
okay.
May. So no June, no July, no August. Then we just keep September,
Summer
October.
months, I think you can remove.
Yes to September.
September, you can keep.
Yes.
So March, May, September, October.
October, do we do anything like a Halloween theme?
I think that'd be
We've
good
done
for them
autumn,
anyway.
right? We've done autumn stuff, yeah.
So that leaves us
Maybe
with.
we
We
might
could do, we
just,
could.
keep
Yeah.
it 4, 2 for the first one, right? And then May and October, or September actually, September. So we have John Clyde 1, 2 Woodcock, and 1 Negri.
Do we want to give them one summer month? I know, just for burning reasons.
We need, it's
And reason, we need Anne Marie, our birder.
Everybody out.
July she'll say no to probably because I know in July she always says it's so hot
yeah,
and it's
we
so
don't-
boiling, yeah.
We know we definitely don't want July, but I don't know if we want to give them June or August.
I would leave the summer open for.
Yeah, just, I would
Okay.
get rid of July and August and keep the rest.
That brings us 300 plus 250 is 550.
250.
And then another 500.
Another 500 is 1050, and then so that's 1150.
So you're getting rid of 3.
Getting rid of the.
You're still keeping the October?
Yeah, and we have to keep the, so I do need a motion then, and like I need that to be able to go to
Yep.
OSAC and say that
Okay.
you want to do this.
Okay, so which ones are that?
So we're doing a
March, the 2 Woodcock.
so 250s times 3 plus a 300 plus the $100 fee,
Yep.
right? So you said 1150?
Is that right or no?
I think that's right.
Yeah, my math
So-
can be off.
It's March, May.
Yep. March, May, September, October.
Okay.
So that's, yes, that's
Okay.
1150.
Which
1150.
one of these walks in fall will have the trees colorful? Is there any one that?
Well, October.
Yeah, I think October is probably the best one.
That's the,
Yeah.
okay.
But the nice thing is if we keep
Clyde
Sep-
has that?
Yeah. Well, if we keep September and October, September's at Negri, October's at John Clyde, so you can get the best of both.
Right.
We often do our own hikes, I mean, as well. We don't have any scheduled right now, but, yeah, there's some great trails that have like the leaves, that's changing the
Trend,
colors of
yeah,
leaves.
yeah, yeah.
Right, with John Clyde, it's more the grassland, so there are trees in there if you go into the more wooded areas, but if you're in the grassland section, you're not gonna really experience the majesty of the other trails. So now, I mean, I would also wonder if maybe the advertising is gonna go down because we're doing 4 less hikes. So I'm wondering if that $100 might go down, just a
I
thought.
don't know. I could ask
Just a thought.
them. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not sure, but I'll ask.
So, we need a motion? We
Yes,
need a
please.
motion, to approve, hikes in New Jersey Audubon, for up to 1150.
Perfect.
Should we wait for Patrick to come back or?
We have enough, I think, without him. If you guys, unless you don't want to, unless you want to wait for him, up to you.
That's fine.
You can go ahead.
We can go do
Yeah.
something else on the agenda.
Right, we can wait and take that vote.
All right, T-shirts, that was the next item on our list is our T-shirts. Thank you, Tara, for
No problem.
helping us
Sorry it
pull
took
this
so long, but
together. I'm really excited.
And thanks to you for this logo.
Yes, it looks good.
To move forward.
Good.
Thank you. Thanks for all your guys' feedback. I think like we all massaged it together and figured it out. It looks actually better than I thought it
It
would.
does,
It looks
yeah.
better
I
than
like
I
it a
thought.
lot.
Right. It's a good shade.
Yeah. I hope they age well. Because my hat, I love my original hat, but it's like they're fading. They're fading.
Yeah.
Um,
We can do the motion
And-
then. Okay, let's do the motion so we get that done.
Can I have a motion to approve the 5 hikes with New Jersey Audubon for up to $1,150? Have a motion?
So moved.
All right, moved in a second. And all in favor?
Aye.
Great.
I think you said 5 walks, I think it's 4.
It's 5. It's 5 because the first one, the Woodcock, is 2.
So is that $300,
It's
$600?
$300 for 2 because it's
Okay, oh, okay.
back to back.
Oh, okay, all right. So two,
Yeah.
oh, I see what you're saying. So 2, 3, 4, 5, got it.
Yeah.
All right,
It's 4 line items.
4 line items, 5 blocks, thank
Yeah.
you.
Okay. The t-shirts and yeah, you know what? If these work out, I have to get sweatshirts in the future.
Oh, that would be very nice.
Let's plan some winter activities.
Yeah, I hike all year long. Okay, sustainable jersey certification.
So we got our sustainable jersey certification, silver level, which is great. So we are going to receive it at the New Jersey League of Municipalities in November.
21st?
Yes.
I'm going from my school for our school.
Oh, that's great.
Certification.
Yeah, so we're good through 2029. So that's good.
Clap loud.
Yeah.
Franklin,
We are all set.
Ooh.
I do have one more item for new business that came to me this
Okay.
afternoon, if it's okay with you guys. Sasha, let me get her correct, Sasha Holzer, actually, so her parents used to do a lot of the Girl Scout and Boy Scout walks with Chuck Martin, our old member. They're very involved in Boy Scouts and Girl Scouts. So their daughter, Sasha, has been working with the Meadows Foundation to work at the Van Wickle House Trail. And she wants to do repairing some of the boards there. And she wants to try and they've been trying to put the leaves and the brush in the wet spots. She's been working on that. The most recent thing is, so she is working on the restoration and repair of the boardwalk. She has to do some replacement of the railing, the deck boards, to ensure safety. She's cleaning things and she's putting up interpretive signs and informational signs for people to look at when they're there. So she's been working on that. The most recent thing is that we did approve it. She just told me this today, is that she said Sue Ann, who is the president of the Meadows Foundation, said that she's not able to approve the work under the Meadows Foundation because technically the township needs to approve it. So even though we already approved the plan itself and her project, the Meadows Foundation does not want to basically be the person to sign off on her Eagle project or say yes, you're allowed to work on the property because the township
I'm
opened.
confused. This is, Sasha is the parent?
No, Stasha's the daughter.
Is the daughter's doing an Eagle Scout project?
Yes, she is.
Join us on
She's a
one of
Life
the
Scout.
trails, remember?
She wants to be a Life Scout, but she's doing it under Eagle Scout.
She joined us on one of the trail, the daughter and mother both.
Yes.
Okay.
A Girl Scout can do an
We all
Eagle.
I never.
It's new.
Okay.
Yes.
It's new. Okay.
It's
'cause
new,
She's
yeah.
won so many gold
Yes,
awards.
a
with
Girl Scout.
No, she's in, if I remember her correctly, she's in both Girl Scouts
She
and
is.
Scouting.
Okay.
Or whatever they call Boy Scouts now, Scouting America, whatever.
Yes, she
She's
is.
doing the Eagle Project for Scouting America. She's
Okay.
also doing a Gold Award separately for
Okay.
Girl Scouts.
Okay.
Yeah.
But Girl Scouts can participate now in Eagle. Yeah, even if you're
That's
not
great.
a Boy Scout, you actually, as a girl now, can participate in the Eagle. But I think Patrick is right that she is attempting to do both.
Yeah.
So basically, long story short, the Meadows Foundation doesn't, and understandably so, they don't want to sign off on saying yes, you're allowed to actually rip apart the deck now and everything. We want the township to say that because we own
It's
the
our
property.
property. Yeah.
So in order for her to get that approval in time, I wanted to get the approval here first. And again, I'll bring it to the Open Space Advisory Committee. I don't really see any problem at all with it.
Who insures her in case something
She's
happens?
insured under the Boy Scouts and the Girl Scouts. Yep, she also signs a waiver that's on file here. She's already signed that. And that's written up by our attorney. She already signed that. She's raising the money for the materials.
Wonderful.
So really at this point, and Sue Ann is the president of the Meadows. They lease the house from us. So I understand her not feeling comfortable signing off. So if it's okay, and you can allow Vanessa to be the signer on it, then we're good to go.
And I hope that after she finishes, we recognize her.
We will,
somehow.
absolutely, we
Maybe
will.
Even in the council, we
Yeah,
can do
for
some
sure.
kind of
Yep.
recognition.
Usually the mayor tries to go to the Eagle Award ceremonies as long as he can, but yes, at the council, we should recognize her as well. Yep.
Can you I don't remember that proposal. That sounds great. This sounds fantastic.
Yes.
For the Van Wickle Trail.
So what she's
repairs.
doing is, for her Eagle project, I will lead the restoration and repair of the boardwalk on the property of the historic Van Wickle House, which is managed by the Meadows Foundation. This boardwalk provides access to the nearby canal and includes a large overlook and nature area. I will clean off and restore the back bird watching deck to the garage at the historic Van Wickle House. I will also add signage for parking where things are, such as bird overwatch, marsh overlook, local wildlife, in addition to adding to the sign out front so it says bird watching and marsh overlook. So the general scope is replacing damaged deck boards on the boardwalk, repairing or replacing damaged railing sections on both sides, trimming back overgrown vegetation along the length of the boardwalk as well as the entrance and exit, cleaning and restoring existing informational signs to improve visibility, and adding signage to guests to know where bird watching overwatch is along the marsh look.
So it's all the boardwalk area, not the
Yes.
trail area?
Correct.
Okay.
Yep.
That's why I'm like, I'm not remembering anybody proposing to go and doing a trail thing. That's great.
Oh, yeah, so she already started, you know that trail area though that's by the garden?
Yeah, that's,
She takes,
It goes
like, when she
indoors.
trims things, she takes them and walks them over and puts them in the wet spot there as a way to kind of dry it up, but it doesn't,
Yeah.
it doesn't really do
Yeah.
much,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
she's
and
making an
that's gonna be
effort.
Soil.
Yes,
That was her original proposal, it was that.
yes, yeah.
It was.
You weren't at the, this was the first meeting I attended,
Yeah.
you weren't there.
Oh, that's why I'm drawing.
Yeah, I think she realized
She
that
watched the video.
as she started filling in that back trail, I think she realized that, like, it wasn't
They
gonna,
needed-
yeah.
I'm gonna dry it out, yeah. She was on a Zoom call with us.
Yes. So I do need a motion to allow Vanessa to be the signature person for this, and it's just signing off on the Boy Scout form. It's, it's saying like, yes, we approve your project, and like when it's done, that like you've done it and you've satisfied the.
So can we have a motion to approve for me, on behalf of the Trails Committee, to approve Stasha's project with Scouts America?
I propose.
A second.
Oh, okay.
All in favor? All right. Hearing no nays or abstentions?
Thank you,
Motion
perfect.
carries.
Okay, I will let her know, thank you.
Okay. Moving on to old business, Tour de Towpath.
Tour de Towpath, just a reminder, it's on October 25th. It starts off at Cadwallader Park in Trenton. The 50-mile bike ride ends up in Franklin Township at the Blackwell's Mills entrance. Brad Fay from DNR Canal Watch is still working on it. His write-up is in the Franklin Times. It's going to be in the Franklin Times. That's coming out. It's on our website. It's on our social media. It's in the scrolling banner on the front page of our website. So our job really, again, is just to promote it, and that's what we've done, so we are good there. But if anyone wants to participate, I think I sent out the flyer, but the QR code is there. There's a few different options. There's a 5K run, there's the half marathon, there's the 20-mile bike ride, and there's the 50-mile bike ride.
Thanks. I am, my board retreat is that day, so I'm not able to do it. I was wanting to, but I can't.
Oh, that's okay. Yeah, that's all right.
And I'm trying to go quick with this next section. I know we have about 5 minutes before 9.
Yeah.
Okay, Franklin Day, September 13th.
Yeah. So Franklin Day was held. I think it went well. So.
Yeah, and thanks for everybody. There was a lot of representation there. Thanks for everyone coming in and pitching in.
Weather was much better than last year.
It was much better. It was hot. It was
good.
It was a
Summer
contrast.
weather.
It was a contrast. Okay, the Partnership for Stigma-Free Franklin.
I don't have updates
Walk-
yet on that.
For September 20th.
Yeah, I'm kind of just keeping that on there as a reminder.
Great. Profile of a trail. I know last time we talked about that, and we had Professions, and then we had the next one was going to be Roberts,
Yes.
and then we want to.
I have to get that up on our website, which I will. I just haven't done it yet. So yes.
And then also submitting for the Franklin Times, right?
Right. Yep. Okay. Got it. Okay.
The
Nothing
rest of
on-
us should start thinking about doing one for our own trails, so we have them in the wings.
Yeah. I don't have anything on the grant program either.
Okay. And the last time we talked about the grant program, we were talking about our priorities being Naaman Williams Park, and then extend is one option, and the other one is extending the ADA compliance of the trail at Negri. Correct. So those were the ones that we were pushing, we wanted open space to be aware of, for consideration as we apply for the Somerset County Trails Grant Program. I know the chair of the Somerset County, Open Space keeps reminding me that it's a, come in, first come, first serve, get it in,
Yeah.
So, definitely good for us to move forward with that when we are able to. Next item is trail walks and events.
So Chris is working on the bike rodeo, so if you want to talk about that, Chris?
Yeah, so during our last meeting, we talked about having this kids bike event for safety and tourism that understands greater awareness of traffic and how to handle their bikes. So we have our bike rodeo coming up on the 18th. And everything's all set. We've partnered with RideWise and the Township Police Department. I believe it's their public engagement arm. And so everything's in line. Promotions began this week. I sent it out to the schools. I don't know if Tara or if anyone from Recreation sent it out to them as well. So I hope to see that. But being a parent of a child in the Franklin Township schools, flyers for events usually don't come the week or two before anyway, so I don't think it's really missing anything. But the flyer is also in your email, so feel free to share that amongst your social media or friends.
Okay.
And it's open to everybody, not just Franklin Township residents.
Yeah. And I had it posted, or I asked for it to be posted on, you'll see it on our social media, and again on our website and on our township calendar. And I know Recreation put it on their calendar. So, yep, so it's all set there.
Thanks for pulling this together. It's going to be fun.
And I'm leading hike on this Saturday for our school parents. We have about 30 parents registered.
Oh, great.
Saturday morning.
Nice.
What location?
John Clyde.
That's awesome. That'll be really good. Thank you.
Oh, I also forgot to mention, if anyone wants to assist with the festivities, all of the details are in the flyer.
Yeah, it looks great.
Yeah.
It looks really cool.
I plan to be there.
Excellent. We have some high school volunteers, and I think that's about it.
And you can wear your shirts.
Oh, sure.
Debut your shirts.
You're going to be noticeable. Okay, ideas for fall, winter hikes. So I know we have the bike rodeo in October coming up. And any other ideas or interest in leading or supporting a hike this fall or winter?
We can talk about it at the next meeting too, if that helps. I think we'll get the bike rodeo up and going, but I think it would be great to do something in the winter because it's different to see the trail and the woods and everything in as it is in winter. Different things going on.
I got a little burned last winter. I did 2 hikes and I didn't get any
You
turnout.
not,
So
I know.
I was like, the whole build it and they will come. I'm like, I'm going to do it. They're going to come. And
I know. Maybe we just need to think of a different.
yeah, I don't. Jignasia
angle.
just said before, like, we should do something for Halloween.
Yeah, Halloween hike.
And I was like, that would be a cool night hike. If
That
we
would
did
be.
just like not as necessarily Halloween, but like a something like maybe spooky or
Yeah, that would be cool.
like
Some Halloween theme.
yeah, Halloween adjacent or it could be whatever. Like I know some places do those where people have like they're dressed in costumes along. the-
Watershed Institute, they are doing, the people will be in a costume. They have their own people, volunteers. They're going to stand with the different costume at different distances, and they're going to welcome all the kids and like parents. They have planned something like
Yeah,
that.
maybe for next year we could try that. But maybe for the winter, maybe we could like take that same concept and do some type of like winter wonderland kind of thing.
Yeah.
I don't know what it would be exactly, but
Yeah, I could be out. Yeah.
Using the, I don't know how usable, I haven't been to Little Bush for a while, but the place where, there's, just behind the parking lot, there are some things for the kids, so maybe a winter wonderland thing there for people that the parents can park and have the lights on and.
that would be cute. Yeah, we could definitely do something like that. Yeah, I think so. We gotta put some thought into it, but
Okay.
yeah.
Updates on trail conditions on people's trails. I know mine is the same as it was last month that I submitted, which is we had just a bunch of large trees that are down.
They're done, I've been told, that they've
Oh.
been removed. Yes, that's what I've been told.
Okay, I'm gonna I'll go double check it.
Yes, that would be great if you can.
Okay.
That's what I was just told, so let's hope.
Yeah,
At
yeah.
Butler, right? Butler and
On Bunker Hill.
and Bunker Hill, yes.
So down by the cliffs, the loop by the cliffs, last time I was there, they were still there, but I have not been in the last 10 days or so, so.
Okay, all right. I will keep an eye out, but yes, I was told Butler at least. I could have swore Bunker Hill too.
I hope so.
Franklin Park.
Yeah, it was.
Franklin Park, low-hanging branches over path near parking. And then Butler Road, purple trail, remove down trees. So Franklin Park, so not Bunker Hill.
Okay.
Which one is it on Bunker Hill? Which trail?
It's the brown trail, the loop near the cliffs. It's in my last report, and I had the low hanging branches as well.
Okay,
So
that's
this
been done.
Franklin Park and Bunker Hill, they connect.
Yeah. Okay. I'll put it
And that's
in.
something else we might want to rethink as Catawba Park is finished, is that because like the majority of the trail is going to be at Bunker Hill. Like it's, you know what I mean? Because like the section that was the Franklin Park side is mostly going to be Catawba Park now.
Okay.
Okay. Any other trail updates?
Chris and I did some work for the bird blind at Negri.
Do you have those pictures
yes.
from Emery that she emailed us?
Did she email him today?
Yeah, she did. When the email that says she was not going to be here, she had pictures she asked us to share for her trail report.
Oh. So we put in some fence posts and some fence sections, if you look at the bird blind to the right, so. And then we'll
Here we go.
Oh, yeah, hey. Look at
Oh, look at that.
that. So, we'll probably go back in November, do some more work.
Thank you. Thanks, Chris.
So it's looking good.
Yeah, and we should.
Is it safe to enter yet or no?
The bird blind itself?
Yeah.
Well, the floor's yeah, you could.
Yeah. Tread lightly maybe, or
Yeah, there's
wait.
still work to be done.
Yeah.
But that's good. You guys made a ton of progress. Thank you, Jim.
Also, the floor. It looks like there's a new board there on the floor.
Yeah, I think we did put some, we did some securing, and I think he put some down,
I
yeah.
think you put it on a wall also, right? It's a new board.
Mhm.
The wall.
Looks like,
behind.
yeah.
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 Only
Yeah, I
that
think-
looks old now.
Right.
Other things look
with the newer wood next to the older wood, you're showing its age.
And you can see the hornet's nest to the left on the upside down, the yellow jacket nest. The bench on the left,
Right.
the little white thing.
Oh,
Yellow Jackets
Can
living.
the bench go? The bench is going to go back.
Yeah. Yeah.
Thank you for your work. That's great.
Okay.
Thank you for doing that.
One thing, not trails related, but this weekend is that Somerset County Journey Through the Past.
Yes,
All
that's
the
awesome.
historic places are open. It's really good. I learned how to make yarn out of sheep wool. Yeah, so you go to these different houses, they do some things, graveyard in Southbound Brook, really neat, interesting things. So if you got some time, Saturday and Sunday, all day.
It is.
Just Google it.
I've done it before. It is really, really cool. And like you can do the northern section, the central section, and the southern section. You can do different like each day. It is like really, really interesting, you know?
Nice.
And if you go certain restaurants and stuff, if you bring like this book they give you or paper, like you get percentage off at certain restaurants and stuff. It's really
And these are cards you collect of all the historical things, you know.
It's great.
Yeah, it's really neat. Yeah, kids would love it. I mean, you know.
And I know.
Oh yeah, the kids will absolutely love it. Yeah.
Where does it start?
It's all over the county.
Every, you know, like Van Winkle House may have something, and then there's one on the way to Bound Brook.
It's on the Somerset
I
County.
think
Like you said, it's
Middlebush Road also they do one of the house on the Middlebush Road.
Yeah. So yeah, if you go to what you call it, you Google it.
Yeah.
What is it? The theater in Southbound Brook.
Bound Brook
That's historic. There's a graveyard there.
The Griggstown Schoolhouse has been open for the weekend on occasion.
There's some churches, historic stuff.
Councilman, on the screen here, this is their website if you Google it, but if you go to their map, you can see
It's probably
like
like 30
who's
or
involved in what. It's a ton, yeah. It's a lot of different sites involved.
There's
And
40 sites.
so see, and they split it into north, central, and south. And then you can kind of see, so 6 Mile Run Reformed Church, Hageman House is in it in Franklin, East Millstone Bridge Tenders, Old Millstone Forge, Griggstown Schoolhouse, Griggstown Bridge Tenders House, Amy Garrett House.
All kinds of things.
And
It's
this is
great.
just the southern part. This, then you can go and you can do North County.
That's Saturday and Sunday?
Saturday and
yeah.
Sunday.
Oh, okay.
So see in the central part though, like they open up the Abraham Stott's house that day and it's all free. It's
Right.
like, it's all free and you can go inside all of these houses, the Wallace House, Somerville, oh, this one's really cool, the Somerville Firehouse, that one's fun, yeah.
Oh, and if you go Sunday, I think it was what's that, off of 22, was that Washington Rock Park or?
Yes.
what's it?
Oh, Chimney Rock.
Chimney Rock,
Washington
yeah.
Rock.
Here's the ones in the
Sunday,
northern part, yeah.
General George Washington will give a talk, not
Right.
President Washington,
Yes,
General
General.
Washington. He'll talk about the Revolutionary War
Yeah.
and Raritan and stuff.
There's two places there, Washington Rock
Washington
and
Rock,
then
yeah.
probably at
Yeah,
Washington.
Chimney Rock. yeah,
Kennedy Martin.
Chimney Rock,
Hill,
Washington Rock.
Farmstead is open, all
Is
these.
it Washington Valley Park or?
No, it's called Washington Rock.
Oh, is it?
Oh, I was right, okay, yeah.
Oh, in Greenbrook, okay.
It's cool.
It's fun. And in Middlesex on Saturday they're having Old Town Village where they have all the old little houses in the
Oh, okay, in
village.
Piscataway?
They're in Piscataway, Johnson Park, right? They're gonna have the great grandniece of Harriet Tubman
Oh.
is going to be there, and she wrote a book. And so she's going to be presenting, and they're having a bunch of different cultural events going on, including this amazing tap dancer, Omar Edwards, who is a cousin of Savion Glover. And so I was planning on doing that, and now I'm torn.
I know.
You can do, well, Sunday. You
So
got
maybe
Sunday
I'll
for-
do this on Sunday and then on Saturday. Yeah. With all that said, can we have a motion to adjourn?
So moved, I guess.
Move a second. Robert second. All in favor? All right. Motion carries.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, guys.